When I agreed to do this, I requested that I could have a little speech of my own. I realized shortly into thinking about it that if I tried to go through all Jim and Colleen's accomplishments, we'd be here an awfully long time. So I try to make it short. I first met Jim when he was about 8 months old. His grandmother and I had just started dating, and less than 1 year later, he walked down the aisle at our wedding. He was competitive by nature from day one. Failure was never an option, and nothing other than finishing first was ever acceptable. Nana often babysat for Jim and used to play cards with him when he was, maybe 5 or 6. And most grandmothers would let the little ones win, but she went out of her way to beat him because she knew that after playing a few times, she wouldn't stand a chance. It was our privilege to witness his many accomplishments. We were at his high school graduation, valedictorian, of course, and we will never forget the phone call when we found out he was accepted to Harvard. It was like the first senior at Woodbridge High School in 600 years something like that. And of course, being at his graduation from Harvard in the pouring rain. We did not have the same opportunity to see Colleen grow up, but are certain that the Donovan family had the same sense of awe and wonder at all she accomplished as well. What a couple. I love you both very much. And folks, you can take this to the bank. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come. Colleen and Jim will now share the vows they've prepared for each other.
Can you hear me if I talk loud?
What?
That's no then. Okay. Jim, today has been a long time coming, and it's finally here. I was nervous about writing these vows because there aren't enough words to tell you what you mean to me. What do you say to the love of your life that you shouldn't say every day? And so I thought about our everydays. About the passionate Mets fan who was teaching me to love the game. The talented student and chef who shares his day with me at dinner. The clever joker who celebrates my accomplishments. The calming voice who tells me that everything will be all right. And the gentle love who supports me when it's not. I'm in the business of saving lives, but you rescue me every day. Everything is better. Everything is better and brighter with you. And I'm thankful I get to share all of these things, good and bad, with you. I'm excited for all of the wonderful adventures we will have together, starting today. And so, I, Colleen, take you, Jim, from this day forward, to have and to hold, for better or for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, as long as we both shall live.
Colleen, when I first started to write these wedding vows, I asked myself what a vow truly is. And it's really just a promise. So here is a non-comprehensive, non-exclusive list of promises, subject to amendment in the future given 30 days prior notice. I promise to be silly and to make you laugh at the most random times. I promise to bring you Diet Cokes whenever you're hard at work and need one. I promise to bake you carrot cakes to bring to work and buy the goodwill of your coworkers. I promise to drag you to Mets games and force you to watch poker on TV, but I will always explain what's going on. I promise to go with you around the world, even though I'd rather stay at home. I promise to listen to every detail of your bad days, and provide you with a hug and some perspective to make you feel better. I promise to take everything my parents and grandparents taught me growing up and be a good husband and father. I promise to be patient, kind, and always respectful. And finally, I promise to kiss you every time before either one of us leaves the house. I fell in love with you before we ever kissed, before we ever went out on a date. I waited a long time for you, and it was well worth the wait. But I had to go all the way to Boston to find a girl who lived 20 minutes away from me for most of my life. Makes that love all the sweeter. You are my first everything. You are my first kiss, my first true love, and the first thought in my mind after waking up. And you will be my last everything, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part.
Do we have rings? The circle of a ring represents undying love and the continually renewed vows of the married couple. Colleen and Jim will now exchange rings as a sign of their love and commitment to each other. This has nothing to do with the ceremony, but it occurred to me, with all the lawyers and doctors in the audience, if anybody was planning on slipping and falling, today's the day. I'm supposed to do some closing remarks. I actually found something on that internet thing that my wife and I really both loved. May you always remain sweethearts, helpmates and friends. May your life together be full of kindness and understanding, thoughtfulness and rejoicing. May the years bring you happiness and contentment. May you enter into each other's sorrow by sympathy, into each other's joy with gladness, into each other's hope with faith and trust, into each other's need with the sure presence of love, into each other's lives with enthusiasm and embracing. Amen. I love this part. And now, by the power vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. The bride may now kiss the reverend. Congratulations.
Wonderful.